Hey guys, Gary J here. It's time to replace turn signal on a Vulcan 1500 Classic, which can be a little bit of a pain, but we're going to show you how to do that, hopefully. This is a brand new turn signal for the Vulcan 1500 Classic. It'll fit some other models too, and it's got the wiring with it, and I'll show you the problem that you run into when you're trying to do this. Okay, right here you have a solid chrome fork cover. I mean, it's one piece. This doesn't come off. This is not coming off unless you take the whole fork out. But at the bottom here, you got like a mouse hole where this part of the turn signal comes out. Okay, so that seems to be where the problem is. If you can't take this off, how do you get this off? Well, this is on the inside. It's got a soft rubber, and right here is a bolt that you have to take out, and there are two rubber ends, and I'll show you that in a minute. And on the other side of this is a screw going straight down that holds this cover. Can't take the cover off, it won't come off, but you can turn the cover a little bit to help you take this and pull it straight out. But it's a pain to pull out. So I'll show you one of the ways you get around that if you're replacing it and it's broke. Okay guys, here's our light, and it's got a little letter here that says left side, which would be our left side. And what you have here, this piece right here is a soft rubber, kind of like a rubber inner tube. Okay, so this being soft rubber, you see how it crushes down. That little mouse hole on the cover there is supposed to mean that you can just pull this, and this will just kind of collapse and come around the forks, and you just pull the whole thing out. Okay, that's the way that's supposed to work. But these things are hard to pull out. So what some people do, like if this was the old one and you're going to discard it anyway, they'll take and cut part of it off right here, like right where my finger is all the way down. They cut that off, and then they'll just grab this piece right here with a pair of pliers and pull that out, and that way you pull it out the back side of the fork cover. And you can cut this side right here too and do the same thing, and then of course this piece just comes straight out. Okay, it comes straight out. Now putting a new one back in like this, some people will put silicone WD-40 on the inside of this right here where my thumb's at, and to help push it in on the fork and let it slide in place, and then you bolt it back down. So that's kind of where we're at now. We're going to do that. So let's see how that works. Nice light, cost about $33. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay guys, this is where we're at now. When we're looking at our turn signal, it's got a wire going from the turn signal that comes around here and goes into the back of the headlight. Okay, this is the back of the headlight. The headlight's got two screws, one on each side. Take that off, and you've got a bundle of wires inside here. Okay, there are three wires that plug into a component in here. So you have to unplug those three wires in the back of this in order to take this light and the wiring out. And when you put the new one on, the new turn signal, you take the wiring from the new turn signal and run it into the back of the headlight here. Okay, but in order to get to that, you got to take the front of the headlight off. You can see right here. 2 screws holding the front end of that headlight on. I had to take the windshield off just to make it easier to get to this right here. So that's where we at right there. You can see the windshield up here. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. Here's that extra screw by my finger right here. That one screw, take that out right here, and you can turn this right here. This is a one-piece chrome cover on the fork, so you can kind of adjust. This is a rubber piece right here that's that goes to the signal light. Okay, guys, we got the new light in. It's got a kind of a horseshoe type rubber part to it that goes around this fork on the inside. You can get one side in, but the other side is a pain to get it to come around to the other side. And right here we have 2 rubber pieces right here that we need. So the light's in place. Now we got to wire take the wire from the new light and run it into the back here. There's a place to plug it in. Take the old light out, wiring, and plug that one in. Okay, this is the new one. Again, you see how rubbery this is, and these are the tips right here. They just plug in, so it's not a big deal to plug those in. And just matching them up right, make sure you got the blinker to blinker and running lights and all that. But you just trace the old one. Let's see how much trouble this is going to be. So this is going to go just like this. We're going to spread that out. Put it in here. We're going to have to wiggle this thing in. I can't do it with one hand, so it's a little bit of a pain. But so we're just going to push this in, and what it'll do is it'll go on like this right here on that inside fork. See how it loops around like that? So it'll go around the inside fork like that. Okay. That's the way that works. I'm making this video because I didn't know how to do this. I couldn't find anything on the internet, so I hope they give somebody an idea. That pulled out really easy on this one. The other one was a pain because it was broke off about right here. Okay. Okay, what I did right here, I just put one side in. Just one side, put all that underneath this fork right here, this cover. And this side is out. Now all I got to do is bend this and stick it in. And now wiggling this in to get it to go all the way around like it's supposed to. Next step. Okay. Okay, guys, we got it almost wedged in there. There's just a little bit of rubber here. We just have to push and pull on a little bit more. Okay, guys, we got our new signal light on. We got to tighten that one up. And the signal light over here is new. Now we got to put our headlight back and our windshield. And I think we'll be through with that. Well, you see, one last time, this rubber piece right here, there's another rubber piece here. There's a bolt that goes through these two that holds them. And there's a screw that goes straight down in here that holds this shroud, this chrome shroud. And we undid this bolt here, and we took out this screw, and we turned this hollow tube cover, and we just pulled this out. We had to wiggle it back and forth to get that rubber piece out. Okay, and this one wasn't hard, but putting it back in is a little difficult. And so that's kind of what we did to get that out. And you see how small opening this is? It just goes to show you that you can pull this out with that small, through that small opening, and you can put it back through. I put one side inside, and then the other side I had to manipulate in. There's a little bit of a pain, there's no question about it. but you can do it. And then we hooked our new wire here into the back here, and you can see where that plugs in by tracing the old wire. There's a plug there, and you just plug it in. 3 plugs for each one. Okay. Once we get this back together, I'll let you see it. Okay, guys, we're just checking the bike. Headlights, running lights. Our turn signals are on. We'll check. The right signal light's working fine. Left signal light's working fine. So we got signal lights hooked up right, and they're working fine in the back. The light off. We'll crank her up. Tomorrow night, showers with a chance of thunderstorms in the evening, then a chance of showers after. Those are long shot exhaust system. Sounds pretty good, right? You have to replace the jets in the carburetor generally when you put those kind of exhaust systems on, when you modify the exhaust at all. Our speaker system. They don't call it Rolling Thunder for nothing, do they? Yeah, she sounds good. Well, guys, I hope this helps you a little bit on when you try to replace your turn signals, because they eventually will dry rot for some reason. But anyway, I think I showed you enough about how to get that off. And again, you don't have to take off the chrome cover here, because that's a one-piece unit. I did jack it up a little bit so the wheel hung down about 6 inches. I think that helps a little bit. And that's the front wheel hangs down about 6 inches on the shocks. And just undo these one screw in here and one bolt, and wiggle this thing out to pull it out. And the wires to the new signal light goes into the back of your headlight, so you got to pull the headlight out, which it's only 2 bolts holding the headlight on, but you really need to take the windshield off to get to the headlight, and it's a lot easier. It's really not that big a deal. So I'm happy now. Alright guys, take care. Good luck on working on your motorcycles. Hope this one helps you when you get ready to change that out. There was just no way to figure out that. I heard one guy said, "Oh, you can pull that out," and it didn't make any sense that you could pull that out. And one other thing is that the wires here go underneath here, and there's a plate there that they go underneath that plate. You don't want to jerk that out with those wires catching, so you need to release those wires in there. And you'll see you got to prise this plate up a little bit and pull that wire out just a little bit when you pull that out. Otherwise, should be good to go. Catch you later, guys.